Not only did the FBI know that the dossier was unverified, but they also knew that there was real credibility issues because of the inherent way that it was collected and the bias that was associated with that.
And earlier today, I talked with Congressman Jim Jordan about Bruce Orr's testimony behind those closed doors and, of course, these all-important primaries and the upcoming midterms. Joining us tonight is member of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees, co-founder of the House Freedom Caucus, Congressman from Ohio, Jim Jordan, Republican, running for the speakership. Congressman, good to see you, and appreciate you taking the time. A lot to cover tonight.
Okay.
Let's start with first these primaries and how important it is to prevail and to win the upcoming midterms.
Well, look, the Democrats have been very clear. If they take back the majority in the House, they're going to raise your taxes, they're going to abolish ICE, they're going to socialize medicine, they're going to impeach the president. So that's what's at stake. And what we should do, in my judgment, is when we get back next week, we should do what we said. Particularly, we should put the border security wall funding, probably the single biggest promise the American people remember that Republicans made in the 2016 election. Put that on the funding bill, send it over there the first week of September. Don't wait till the end of the month. Send it over there, have the month-long debate, and win on what we told the American people we were going to do. That will help us as we get ready for this election, help us win and keep the majority.
And within that, certainly, as some have styled it, build the damn wall.
Yeah.
That has been a very difficult concept for Paul Ryan to comprehend and his leadership team. You're picking up a lot of steam now. Cathy McMorris Rodgers, the most powerful Republican woman in Congress, now saying she's on your side. Are you hearing from...
She said she's open, which I think is great. Cathy's a great member of Congress and served our country and her district well. And the fact that she's open, I think, is a good sign to the momentum we are building across the country, Lou.
Well, I perhaps took that one step just a little too far. But
I hope
for
that's
me,
the case.
But the reality is that when a member of the leadership, as she chairs the Republican conference in the House, I mean, that's impressive. It is also a signal to, I would think, everyone in leadership that she's open to you being the leader of the Republicans in the House.
I'm doing everything I can to help us keep the majority for the reasons I just talked about. To help Donald Trump, help our president, who's had an amazing year and a half, to help him get done what we need to get done, and more importantly, what we told the voters we were going to do. The grassroots support has been phenomenal. I mean, almost every major conservative organization supporting us. We've been endorsed by all kinds of important people, like that Lou Dobbs guy on Fox Business. So I am pleased with the support we're getting across the country, and we're going to just keep working hard all the way through the November election.
Yeah, this is an extraordinary time. It is so critical, as you say, for this president to have men and women serving their districts, supporting his agenda, because it is so clear that this president is leading the nation as it's never been led before.
Think about the year and a half, Lou. I said this the other day. I mean, think about regulations down, taxes reduced, economy growing at 4.1%, unemployment at its lowest in 20 years, Gorsuch on the court, Kavanaugh on deck. We're out of the Iran deal. The embassy is, in fact, going to Jerusalem, and the hostages have been returned from North Korea. That's an amazing year and a half. Let's talk about those things, and let's have Congress do a few more things that we told the voters we're going to do, like reforming welfare and like building the border security wall. We do those kind of things, we'll keep the majority, and we can keep making America great again and keep doing the things that the American people elected us to do. That's my vision. That's what I want to do, because it's what we told them we were going to do.
And you have been persistent, leading throughout, trying to reveal the truth behind the so-called Mueller witch hunt that poses as a special counsel, rational and unbiased. It's supposed to be. It is the farthest thing from it. Your thoughts on Bruce Orr, his appearance before the Judiciary Committee today behind closed doors? Your take?
No, we learned some important things. We can't get into all that until the transcript goes public. But I will tell you this, go back to the fundamentals. Bruce Orr, a top Justice Department official, his wife worked for the firm hired by the Clintons to produce the dossier. The dossier that we all know is the foundation of this whole thing, which was disproven, salacious, unverified, not credible. That dossier, Nellie Orr Fusion is giving to Bruce Orr, who's then giving it to the FBI. We know all that, and the FBI took it to the court. Didn't tell the court who paid for it, namely the Clinton campaign, didn't tell the court the guy who wrote it, the foreigner Christopher Steele, had been terminated, and now it appears they knew about Bruce Orr and Nellie Orr's involvement and didn't tell the court that either. So that is unbelievable, and they did all that for what purpose? To get a warrant to spy on the other party's campaign. You've got to be kidding me. That is never supposed to happen that way in the United States of America, but it did. This is the biggest abuse of power I have ever seen, and I'm going to keep digging at it, and so are my colleagues, until we get all the answers for the American people.
And as you say, the critical element here is turnout in this midterm election, and the Republicans, we've been assured on this broadcast, Ronna McDaniel, the chair of the RNC, that they've got a ground game like no ground game ever before. Your level of confidence on turnout? Well,
the key to turnout is to run with the President of the United States. The key to turnout is to talk about the things he's done and the things we want to help him get done to make America great again and to fulfill the promises we made to the voters when they gave us the privilege to serve. This idea that we're going to run individual races and run away from the president is just flat out wrong. I think we nationalize this election as much as possible in as many districts as we can. Frankly, I think it's the best course of action in the vast majority of Republican districts around the country. Nationalize it and talk about how we can work with the president to accomplish the things that we told him we were going to do in 2016, and more importantly, that they elected us to do.
Congressman Jim Jordan making it clear to all of us why there is such a broadening, building support for him for the speakership. Congressman, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.